So it's about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks later, and the dress is all sewn, and I've even added the cording onto it. I will show you that in a second. But the fabric worked out really well. I'm really happy with it. And I'm really happy that I added the white layer that was a lot sturdier in between two layers of linen because this dress would be falling apart on its own weight if I hadn't. So if you're doing something like this where it has a ton of fabric, definitely reinforce the bodice as much as possible and you will not regret it. So I'll show you the dress. Sorry for really weird lighting in this room. And I'm just putting my computer on a stack of like 20 books. Okay, so this is the dress. It is, as I said, completely sewn, and I serged the bottom and then just hemmed it by hand. So the dress, I'm really happy with it, and the back looks awesome. I love it. Um, I will say that these strands especially were difficult just because I sewed them one time and then I put it on and they flared out too much, so it's good to try it on. Sew on the top part, try it on, and then pin it, and then put on the bottom pieces. And the two things of, I think it was 20 meters of cording, work perfectly. I still have some left over if I decide to add more. So the back has the right amount. Not sure how well you can see it. And the front, I'm still deciding. I might add two more here, just give it more drama. But also once I add the leaves and the little spikes and stuff like that, it should be a lot better. It won't be so obviously like, I'm pointing at my boobs. But no, it'll be great. So I've been working a lot on the cording. That's taken a long time, but it's been great. I think I spent like 8 hours on it yesterday when I should have been working on my dissertation, but that's okay. Another thing that's been taking forever are all of the rosettes. I have, I think 120 at this point, and I have like 30 more to go. So you see, not sure if you can, yeah. All of these are rosettes as they're like spilling out. So I have a ton of them. And what they'll do, they won't go on the front. They'll go on the back. So some of them will be tied to these, and some of them will be on the train itself. And I may have made the train a little too long, and that'll look really good, but I really won't have fun making that many rosettes for that. It'll be fine. It'll be worth it because it'll look amazing. So I can show you how I make a rosette in a minute. I'll set up for that. Yeah. So the way that I've been making these rosettes is I've taken rectangles of fabric and serged them on the ends, and then what I've also done is serge them together at both ends so that when I flip them over, I don't need to worry about hiding this because this looks pretty good. So you just flip it over, tuck all the serged ends in. You can also trim them too. I'm just being lazy because I have so many of them. If I have one less thing to do, great. And then I just weave through. If I had a sewing machine with me, I would honestly just baste all of them. That would probably look a lot better, but I don't really feel like spending more money at the sewing cafe, however much I love them. But yeah, I've spent way too much time there working on this dress. So let me just finish this. So it's sewn together, or not together, it's sewn. And I just kind of squeeze it together like that and wrap it. Not sure how much you can see with my fingers in the way, but yeah, just wrap it like that. And I just go through this serged part, yeah, just to keep it secure. And it's good to go through all the layers just because you've wrapped them all together. Just make sure that they stay in the correct place and don't unravel on you after you've already sewn it to your dress. Oh god, I'm doing that thing that my dad does where when he's like trying really focused on something, he kind of sticks his tongue out a little bit. So if you notice me going, yeah, that's because I'm focused. So now that I've gone that, put that on a few times, you can see it's nice and secure. And it has a nice shape, has a nice shape to it. And just tie off the ends. I usually just do it twice just in case. And then even just pull it through once more because I am OCD like that. Which is probably why it's taking me so long to make all of these. And there we go. I have one rosette. And that's what I did for hundreds and hundreds of them. Well, not hundreds and hundreds. 120 so far, and I still have another 30 to go. But, you know, it's been great. I've gotten through 4 seasons of Stargate Atlantis and thoroughly enjoyed it. So I guess that's good, right? So I can show you how I'm attaching these roses. So taking the rose, what I have is, with the white fabric, I had a bunch left over, so I just painted it silver and then cut it out in little circles. And then you just kind of fold the circle so that the rose fits in nicely. And then you just sew it down. This will be a little tricky just because the fabric with the paint on it is a little bit stiffer now. But it'll be fine, it just won't be easy. If you had a thimble, that'd be great, instead of doing what I'm doing, which is currently destroying my nails. But, oh well. So to skip the part where you watch me struggle, I've now sewn all the way around, and then I still have a good bit of thread, so I push it through the middle of the flower and through the end of the rose. And then I take one of my strings, since my dress is right here, and then just sew it on. And make sure you get this nice and secure, just because there's going to be a lot of weight on these cords, and you never know if like a rosette is going to get snagged on something, or you know, sometimes people just start poking at your costume without really asking, and all that. So, which they shouldn't do, but people do. So yeah, just make sure it's nice and secure, and that is good to go. It doesn't look great from close up. Admittedly, this is my first one, so hopefully the rest will look better. But I will show you the finished product. I see some people do kind of the time-lapse stuff, but this is going to take forever, so there's no reason for you to watch, like, well, it would probably end up being like an hour of fast forward of adding all the stuff to this. So I'll just show you the finished product, maybe 1 or 2 steps in between. But yay, it's looking good. I'm really happy. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I'm so happy.